Well, in the 37 years I've been in the business, and I've been an operator from, I've been operated all the way up to the current position I am. Yeah, it has changed a lot. When I first came into the industry, it was more hand to hand, on the job training, and just mainly the old guys taught the new guys before they left. And now with the high turnover rate, especially in our industry, in our area, there's a very high turnover. You lose a lot of that extreme, that operator tribal knowledge that you got from the older guys that I used to get when I first got into the industry. So those guys are not around no more. So you have a younger workforce there in the plant, and that tribal knowledge has been lost. So it has changed a lot significantly over the last 37 years. The way we used to learn a while ago, it worked, because you had the older guys, what you called your old timers. They really took pride in training the younger guys to make sure that they knew what was going on, because it made everyone's job easy. The more they knew, or the more they showed them, it made it easier for everyone. So well-trained operator makes it, it's easier on everyone that's working together as a team, and it's also better for the company because it's more efficient. So the old ways did work, but with that loss of that when you lose the knowledge gaps, that's where you start losing money and losing and making everyone having to work harder. So right now, currently, before Voovio, capturing that knowledge with the senior level was just tribal knowledge, the operators gaining experience over time. And the hard thing about that is not every experience can happen in the cycle of an operator between turnaround or between emergency power loss or any kind of emergency action. So those times come fewer and in between. So capturing that knowledge and is kind of hard with the older generation to the younger generation, and especially if you have a high turnover rate, because you can have some people that never ever experience something like a compressor trip. And then one time it just happens, and then everyone who was on shift that day gained that experience, but no one else in the whole department gained it. Well, my dilemma right now is trying to onboard that experience knowledge gap as soon as possible. So what I've been doing with contacting Voovio, and after Voovio came and showed us a path to be able to shorten that gap of knowledge, to be able to capture all that tribal knowledge, to be able to have every safety aspect, to probably give someone the experience of emergency power loss and how to react in the proper fashion, so that when it does happen, a few times it happens few and far between. So you have to find a way for them to gain that experience level so that they can react the right way. So it's repetition, repetition, repetition. And I think that's the cool thing about Voovio. It gives us that repetition that without actually having to have the event happen. So that's what I'm doing now. Oh, well, we had a significant incident in our refinery, and from that we learned that there was some knowledge gaps. There were some things that some people knew, some people didn't know. They just didn't act the right way. They didn't have the experience level that the older guys that left previously had. So through that experience and investigation, I found that, through one of the conferences I've been through, I had touch base with somebody for Voovio, and that's why I has decided to come back, because I remembered that it was a good tool on bridging that gap. And when we brought Voovio in to give us the presentation, it was like a light bulb went off on everybody's head in the room. Like, this is what we need. What I have so far is I'm seeing the application in other places that are using it, especially with the safety aspects, especially with documenting turnarounds and maintenance aspects. I didn't really get into it that much because I've been concentrated on operating procedures so far. But there's so much to gain, so much that I don't know about, and so much I can improve on just by using Voovio. So far I'm having a really good time, and I'm gaining a lot of knowledge on the possibilities of where we can go in my refinery.